Welcome to WHMIS 2015 with training that is smart and simple, presented by Chemscape. Before we continue, let me introduce myself, the narrator of this course. I'm Reg.
And I'm Stu.
So with this course, we'll have you up to speed on WHMIS basics and how to use WHMIS every day on the job. Stu, tell our audience, what is WHMIS?
Absolutely. I have two versions, and both are absolutely stupendous. You ready? WHMIS. First, what the heck makes I sick? Second, what the heck makes I safe?
Excuse me? Stu, these are official programs, and these are their official titles. These letters stand for something. WHMIS stands for the Workplace Hazardous Materials Information System. So here's how the course will work. Stu and I will present the content, and then there'll be a few knowledge checks and quizzes for you to take along the way. Once you pass the final test, you'll get a certificate and a wallet-sized card. For this course to help you the most, focus on more than just getting the card. Make this training personal. If you're wondering why it's important to make the training personal, then you need to read the story of Steve Garn, a welder. Click the button Steve Garn's Story to read what happened to Steve. Use the arrows to navigate through his account.
How many times have you picked up a can of cleaners or sprays and seen those warning labels that you quickly gloss over at best, never thinking about the serious consequences of using something you can buy at a local hardware store? I thought, I'm buying this product over the counter. How harmful can it possibly be? So this is how my story starts. I had a job welding these diesel semi-tanks to patch where they were pitted from road salt corrosion. Normally, I spray a little carb cleaner, wipe it off, light the acetylene torch, and a quick preheat to get rid of any solvent. The gas station close to the shop was out of carb cleaner, so I picked up a can of brake cleaner instead and went back to work. I even had the shop door open and the exhaust fan on. I started TIG welding at 3 p.m. on Thursday and had no problem in the beginning. Then I started welding across a really pitted area, and I came across a couple of drops of cleaner still left in a deep pit. When I came close, there was a small puff of white smoke. I breathed in, and immediately I almost passed out. I went outside and sat for a while in the fresh air. After 10 minutes, I searched for the can of brake cleaner to read the warning label on the can. My whole left side started shaking for about 10 to 15 minutes. The can said, "Vapors may decompose to harmful or fatal corrosive gases, such as hydrogen." After reading the warning about hydrogen chloride, I hopped on my computer and started researching phosgene. The chemical in the brake cleaner is tetrachloroethylene. When this chemical is exposed to excessive heat and intense UV light, around midnight I started coughing. My chest started hurting, but I thought this would just pass after a night's sleep. The next day, my symptoms got worse. My lower back and sides started hurting. 36 hours after I inhaled that mysterious puff of white smoke, I lost all balance, was dazed, confused. The doctor said my kidneys had probably shut down. My lungs were damaged, so I had to be on oxygen. I had to be on insulin to keep my sugar in check. The neurologist and the doctor even called the CDC to try and figure out what to do, since there's no antidote for phosgene. The recommendation was to try to rest and hope it gets. I was taken for a bunch of tests. The MRI showed fluid in the sinuses and a buildup of fluids near my brain. The gas had scarred up my sinuses, which became infected, causing these fluids to accumulate. The 3 doctors I saw said I was really lucky. It's been a month since that incident in my welding shop. I'm still seeing a doctor who specializes in toxicology. He thinks I may have emphysema and chronic bronchitis now. I'm now using nasal medicine. The point I'm trying to make to you is read the warning labels and pay attention to every product's potential hazard, and take the time to learn how to use them correctly. Wear the recommended PPE and ask yourself,
Wow, that story really drives the point home about how simple it is to get into trouble when working with chemicals. After seeing hazard symbols and labels every day at work, we tend to forget that we're dealing with some pretty serious stuff. Everyone who works with hazardous products needs a slap in the face every once in a while to get out of autopilot. We all need to be reminded that there are some extremely nasty chemicals that can make you sick or kill you instantly. Others give you this mystery chemical cough that leaves you too sick to play with your kids, too sick to walk the dog, too sick to climb a flight of stairs, and then inflict a slow and painful death. When you know what the heck makes I sick, you can take action to do what the heck makes I safe.
Absolutely stupendous. Now, let's introduce the WHMIS course objectives. By the end of this course, you'll be able to identify the WHMIS responsibilities of manufacturers, suppliers, employers, and workers. Recognize the WHMIS pictograms and the types of hazard each represents. Locate and interpret the information found on workplace labels and safety data sheets to work with hazardous products in a safe manner. This means you'll be able to answer the 5 fundamental questions needed to work safely with a product, including: what is this product? What are the hazards? How to work with the product safely? What to do in an emergency? And where is more information found?